Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your reading for the weeks of April 2nd through 15th, 2024. This is a reading if you are a Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising, or have another significant Capricorn placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you here. And if you're returning, welcome back. I hope this is a good reading for you. This is the time period this is covering will be in the midst of the Mercury retrograde, which if you're not familiar with what that is, this is when Mercury appears to be going backwards in the sky, and this happens about 3 times a year. And when this happens, then there are problems with travel, with technology, with communications. Anything that's ruled by Mercury has the potential to be fouled up or delayed in some fashion. So not a good time to buy electronics, not a good time to sign contracts, and to be careful about speech and potentially expect travel delays. We also have a solar eclipse coming up on the 8th of April, which will be right in the midst of this reading. And this particular one seems like it has the potential to be very revolutionary. It can bring big changes to your life. Solar eclipses, I feel like their changes are a little more immediate. We did have a lunar eclipse on March 25th. And those changes we might see unfold over a period of 6 months. I mean, I guess some people might say all eclipses might unfold over a 6-month period, but you may start noticing some big changes, or there could be some big wake-up calls. You could become aware of something you haven't been aware of, and there could be some big changes ahead. But all of these changes are good. They're meant to put you on the right track, on the true track, I guess you could say, of where it is that you need to go. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below if you choose, and also if you choose to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to know when these videos come out. I have some links in the description box below to my website, to my social media, and other things that may or may not interest you, but you can check them out. Okay, I do a astrological spread when I do these readings, so this is according to the 12 houses of astrology. My main deck that I use is Mary Hope's Way of Cartouche. This is a deck I've been using since 1987, I guess. Yeah, I guess it was 87. I think I got my first deck in July of 1987. This is not that exact deck. I've had 3 cartouche decks in the interim. And they are hard to find, and they are a little expensive. People have sometimes asked me about that, but although somebody said they saw them more reasonably priced recently, so you might be able to find them. They might be gaining some popularity again. I clarified this reading with tarot, and this week we are using the Aquarian tarot. And we finish up with a oracle card pull, and this week we will be using the Gateway Oracle by Denise Linn. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the reading. First house, okay, Aries. This is you, how you present yourself to the world, how other people see you. You have Osiris with the 2 of Pentacles. So 2 of Pentacles comes up when we have decisions to make, when we may be juggling a lot of things. Perhaps we're doing a lot of multitasking. We may appear to be very busy to others. We also may have certain decisions to make. There could be certain changes that are coming in, and since this is the house of identity and the self and the body and everything connected to you, and your external appearance, both in terms of personality and perhaps even physical appearance, there definitely seems like there's some decisions that you're making or that need to be made. Or like I said, it could just be that you are very, very busy. We have this with Osiris. So in the first house, Osiris is a card that indicates that your judgment on something is sound. You're in a solid place, you're in control. This has strong Emperor energy, if I compare it to the tarot. And it does seem to indicate that you can rely on your own judgment. This has very strong leadership vibes when we see Osiris. So you may be taking control of things, you may be trying to do a lot of things, you may have a lot of balls in the air right now, and you may have some decisions that you have to make. Second house is Taurus energy. This has to do with finances primarily, and we have Bastet with the Queen of Rods. Now, Bastet is a happiness card. Okay, so this is I think in terms of finances, this would indicate, this often has to do with negotiations, giving others their due, wanting attention for something, maybe looking for support or attention. But there's also a very social feeling to the Bastet card. I feel like this is something where there could be a group effort on something that's financial, or alternately, you could be planning some kind of a group celebration. Maybe that's where money has been going. Bast also can indicate needs for mental healing, because Basta is connected with psychosomatic healing, things in the body that maybe are a result of stress. So in the money house, these could be money worries that need to be relaxed. You might need a timeout. You might need a spa day. You might need some luxury. Bast is also connected with the arts, particularly dancing, music, and things like that. So it could be that this is either a way that you're making money or maybe something that you're spending money on. We have it with the Queen of Rods. And so the Queen of Rods, again, is somebody who is noticed. So I feel like there could be, when I look at these two together, I feel like there could be a financial venture coming up, or maybe some kind of project you're working on if you're in your own business, or maybe you're doing something in your career where you will be noticed. Queen of Rods is somebody who is ambitious and somebody who gets attention, not through being manipulative or whatever, just their very presence commands attention because they are very fired up. And again, we have this idea of doing a lot of things, staying fired up, being very visible to people. And of course, if you feel that that's not particularly what's going on with you, then certainly there seems to be a situation where you are very ambitious and maybe you're trying to get some other people on board with regard to some of your finances or some kind of financial project. Third house, we have Gemini energy. This is one of the two houses that's particularly affected by the retrograde, because this has to do with messages, communications, short journeys, quick communications, not deep conversations, is the realm of the third house. Sibling relationships, brother-sister relationships, and also if you are in your own business, this is the house of self-effort. So we have Buckle of Isis with the World. Okay, so perhaps some of you were thinking about having an online business, because the world can indicate doing something over the internet or electronically. Maybe there's certain communications, or this could have to do with something that's at a distance. The world can have to do with getting out of your local sphere and traveling the world, getting out of your comfort zone. Now this has to do with short distance travel, so I don't know that this indicates any kind of big travel. In fact, I'm looking at the house opposite, and it looks like if that is something that is on the horizon, there may be some delays right now for that. But this is about efforts that will be rewarded. So Buckle of Isis indicates that whatever you're putting in right now, and whether this has to do with a business, whether this is a response to some kind of communications that are coming in, or whether this has to do with a brother-sister relationship, if that applies, you will know. This is a general reading, so I'm covering all areas here. So if it doesn't resonate, then it's not for you. But the Buckle of Isis here would indicate either sacrificing and giving something up, or putting a lot of work into something. Either way, whatever you're doing, it's going to be rewarded. The World also has the sense of successfully completing something. So I feel like it's saying your efforts right now should be in tying up loose ends in old business. This is a really common thing to see for Mercury retrograde, because the retrograde period, that is the best use of your time during a retrograde period. Not a lot of new stuff moves ahead, or if it does, it could be over by the time the retrograde period ends on April the 24th. So this is basically saying, this is a good time to finish projects, and it does augur success for that. But there could be some things that are going on at a distance. There could be some things you've been putting off that you need to take care of. So this is a good time for that. Fourth house, this is Cancer energy. So this is home, this is family, home, family, and also your physical home, your sense of being at home, your ancestry and your roots, and potentially also the mother specifically. Okay, so we have the Star with air. Now that's interesting. For some of you, this could mean moving, okay? Because air is a card of movement and change, and it's in the area of home. So some of you might be planning a move. Now, not necessarily if you're saying, nope, I'm staying put, this is where I'm at, then that's okay, because then air would simply indicate some kind of communications or changes connected to the home or the family. Now, air doesn't bring heavy changes and crises. It just brings a lot of messages and a lot of change that comes through at a very quick pace. So you could be thinking about making a change to your home. You could be redecorating. You could be putting an addition on. You could be overhauling something in your house, putting in a new appliance or fixing things. I mean, that's all possible here, but there's this idea of quick change that is going on. And with the Star is a great card, because this is a card of, it's strong Aquarian energy. So this is possibility. It's also vulnerability. I see this as one of the wish cards in the deck. So I feel like maybe right now you are looking at possibilities, maybe looking at expanding your horizons, or maybe there's a family situation that that is healing, or again, maybe full of possibility. There's the combination of these two, because this is Aquarius energy and that is air, and this is also air, makes me think though that there's some kind of movement and change going on, and this is movement towards what your wishes are, where you want to go. Okay, so this is all very, very good. And again, you will know whether this applies to your actual physical home or whether this has to do with a family matter. Okay, fifth house, Leo energy. Leo is about creativity, it's about children, love affairs. Obviously, if you're not looking for love, then that wouldn't apply to you. If you don't have children, or children aren't a factor in your life right now, that may not apply to you. Creativity covers a lot of bases. I mean, it doesn't just have to be what we typically think of as being quote unquote creative. Creative could be, it doesn't have to be doing art or painting or music or something like that. It could be that you could have some other form of creativity, something else that is unique to you that you do, and so it could apply to that. Now we have the twins with the High Priestess. Okay, so those of you who are looking for love, this seems to indicate a relationship, a new relationship, because the twins in the fifth house would indicate a love of some kind, not a legalized situation, but dating, or maybe somebody who's a boyfriend or a new boyfriend, perhaps, or girlfriend. And we have it with the High Priestess, so this is a card of something that has not been revealed. So it's possible that somebody has their eye on you and you don't know it, or maybe somebody's holding something back. So either somebody wants to date you and they're not telling you. There could be somebody who comes out of the blue and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I didn't know this person was here. Or there could just be there could be something going on with a relationship that is secret in nature, or that something that you're not being told by somebody. Now, when I look at it, yeah, interesting. Okay, I'm just going to jump ahead to the seventh house, which is Libra, because somebody who's watching this, there's definitely a sense that there's some kind of secret or something being held back, because you've got the moon and the Sphinx in the seventh house, which is the house of more serious relationships. And the moon indicates things being unclear, cloudy, maybe you feel like something's different, or that you don't know something, or that you're missing information, but you can't quite put your finger on what it is. And this indicates somebody keeping a secret, okay? And or sitting back, or it's either somebody's keeping a secret from you, and or somebody is trying to is just remaining passive right now. Like they want to be in a relationship, maybe, okay, but or there's some kind of relationship factor here, but they're not telling you about it. Okay, they're not coming forward. It could be maybe you're attracted to somebody and you think, oh, this person's not really interested, and it may be saying, yeah, they're not giving you any of the signs or signals that they're interested, but in fact they are. But you've got 3 cards of secrecy here. The other possibility is that if you're in a relationship, maybe there's going to be something you find out about that relationship or that person. That there may be a secret that is going to be uncovered as part of this eclipse season. So in either case, it's definitely saying wait and see. If relationships are not on the table here, if this had to do with a child, then yeah, there's still this idea of this other person who's involved here, and who might be keeping a secret. And if this has to do with creative projects, maybe you're going to be connecting up with somebody, or maybe you're working with somebody on something. And again, regardless, there's this idea of secrecy, of something that somebody's not telling you, and that you're more or less waiting for more information because something is still behind the veil. So very interesting here. But there definitely seems to be something connected to a partnership, whether it's a love relationship, whether it's a creative partnership or a business partnership or whatever it is. Somebody's not telling somebody something. Okay. And again, if you're looking for love, it could just mean you have a secret admirer, or you just have somebody who's sending you mixed signals. Okay. Sixth house. This is Virgo energy. This is the other one affected by Mercury. This is health and healing. This has to do with jobs, so employment that you might have. And also this is the house of worry and anxiety, and also of pets, domestic animals, smaller domestic animals. So You have Hathor with the Chariot. Okay, so now if this has to do with work or a job, Hathor could have one of three possible meanings. So one possible meaning is that you are at a point of getting organized. This is a card of efficiency, of planning, of focusing on details, putting things together. It is a very strong Virgo type card. Either Virgo or Taurus, usually with Hathor in this house, is how I usually interpret it. So you may be getting things organized. Sometimes this indicates doing some kind of work that is aesthetic in nature or related to beauty. So it could be somebody who's a beautician or a esthetician, somebody who does facials, makeup, fashion, something to do with beauty. That is entirely possible that there's some kind of job or gig connected to that, but not necessarily. Okay, that's just another possible meaning of this. Or someone who's involved like doing baking or cooking or something, chef work or something like that. That's all possible here in terms of a job. But Hathor can also indicate a woman who is influential in a particular job situation, or maybe what there's a worry about. Sometimes Hathor indicates someone's actual mother. But Hathor in terms of health would mean pay attention to your nutrition. Make sure that you're eating right, getting enough vitamins. And with the Chariot, Chariot is this idea of, this is a card of movement. This is another fast-moving card. So it could be a job that is going to require travel, or maybe you're going to be moving and you're going to be getting a job. Maybe it'll be a job in this area, or maybe a woman is going to hook you up with this job. Or it's just a situation where you want to get things under control, in which case this may simply be a matter of getting yourself organized and making some changes to your routine that are going to allow things to flow better for you. Okay, we talked about the 7th house already. Let's look at the 8th house. This is Scorpio energy. So this has to do with transformations, with big changes, beginnings and endings on a large scale, and also other people's money. Okay, so we have the winged disc with the 5 of Pentacles. So if there is a joint financial arrangement with somebody, 5 of Pentacles can indicate a lack of money or feeling a lack. It can also indicate feeling ghosted by somebody or out in the cold. 5 of Pentacles comes up when we feel that we are on a downswing, like our full coffers have been emptied in some way. But you have it with the winged disc. So I have a feeling if you have been in a situation perhaps where you have felt things have been financially lean, or if there's been a financial situation, or maybe you know somebody, it could be a spouse, it could be a family member, that maybe there's not money there, that maybe that's been expected. Maybe there was a legacy if somebody passed away, and maybe somebody thought there was going to be a lot of money and then there wasn't very much. All those things are possible in this particular house. But with the winged disc, I tend to think that this isn't a feeling that you've had. Like maybe you feel like things have been empty. Winged disc says you will successfully overcome this situation, because winged disc cancels out any negativity in wherever house it falls. So it does seem to me that if this has been an issue, if you have felt lack, if you have felt that you haven't had enough, lacking in money, lacking in abundance, or financial success, then this would suggest that you are in a position now to change that whatever changes are coming up, you're going to successfully overcome this. So this attitude, oftentimes, I don't, there's people who talk about abundance attitude, okay? And on the one hand, I understand that you don't want to always be thinking negatively about money. That's certainly one aspect of this. But at the same time, or that money should always be your focus. At the same time, this can also, I also recognize that you're Capricorn, you're an earth sign. You're very realistic about and practical about your money. It's all fine and good for people to say, don't worry about money when you have it. When you don't have it and you have bills to pay, then you're like, hey, I need money. So there could be some practical concerns around that, especially if you are planning to make changes, perhaps changes with regard to a business or a move or a job or something. Or maybe if there's been a relationship situation, if this is somebody who you've shared a home with, maybe there's some uncertainty there about what that's going to look like going forward or what kind of changes might happen there. So I don't know. Nonetheless, this is a card of somebody feeling left out in the cold, or somebody's not communicated with them or ghosted you in some way. But this indicates overcoming this problem. So this gets canceled out by this, really. Okay. 9th house, Sagittarius energy. Okay. This is about expansion. expansion of your horizons, long distance travel, deep thought, so philosophy, religion, higher education, all of those things are covered by this house. Legal matters can also be covered by this house. And we have Seth here. So when Seth shows up, this indicates a block or an obstacle of some kind, okay? Seth is a stormbringer in Egyptian mythology. So there could be a little bit of a tempest here regarding something. So if you're talking about going to school or going back to school, maybe if you are already in a college or university, maybe it's something going on at school. Whether you're a student or a teacher, there could be something that's going on there. This can also have to do with something. Maybe there could be an argument. If you're a very religious person, this could be a spiritual argument with somebody, or something that really either kills or destroys your faith in some way, or makes you feel in doubt about something. Maybe that's a better way to put it. Or this could be a trip that's going to be delayed. Now we have it with the Sirius card. So Sirius can sometimes indicate physical issues. So I don't know if there's a trip that has to be postponed because maybe somebody hasn't been feeling well or something like that. It can also just mean that there are some very, very practical delays. Now remember, this is the retrograde period, so the idea of delays for a long distance trip would not be out of the question. I mean, this can indicate that there's going to be some taking the rough with the smooth is what Sirius is. It's sort of like taking the deep breath and bracing yourself to get through whatever the block or the obstacle is. So Sirius here it can indicate that there's going to be some delays and problems, but that you will find a way through it. Now, Sirius, this could have to do with something at school. Maybe if you feel like there's a problem, maybe you didn't do well on a test or something, or I don't know. There could be some kind of a situation going on, either with education, with travel, or something connected to deeper thought. If this is connected with deeper thought and maybe looking at the bigger questions, or maybe having doubt about a life philosophy or the way that you've done things, Sirius would in this case mean that you need to think outside the box. This is an opportunity to broaden your horizons. So there may be an obstacle or block that gives you an opportunity to expand your horizons. You do have it with the Nine of Cups. Now the Nine of Cups is yet another wish card. So I don't know, this could have to do, there does seem to be the ability to get what you want. Nine of Cups is usually a very positive card. It has to do with satisfaction and having enough. But sometimes it can have to do with a little bit with overindulgence, or one deck calls it the laziness card. So I wouldn't suggest anybody's necessarily being lazy, but you might be in sort of a comfortable spot and something may happen that may precipitate some kind of a change. Alternately, it could be that whatever this block and problem is, that once you deal with it, you will get to a situation that is what you want. It will be the granting of your wishes. So take that as it resonates. Again, with a general reading, it's going to be different for everyone. 10th house is Capricorn energy. This has to do with your career, your fame, reputation. Can have to do with father energy as well. Okay, so we have Isis with the Knight of Pentacles. So this message is very, very clear to me. This says that whatever it is you're working towards in your career, it's going to be gradual, slow, and steady progress, okay? Knight of Pentacles, it definitely indicates financial stability, but it's something that you're building over time. There's not going to be a sudden rush for things to work out. It's just going to be something that you're working at slowly and steadily. And Isis would indicate that you need to persevere, and the kind of perseverance required here would be patience. Isis sometimes does have to do with compassion and care for others. So again, it's funny, I saw Hathor down here, and I see Isis up here. So there is strong mom vibes. I don't know, maybe somebody's working in childcare or something. That's a possibility here. Or maybe you're working also in some kind of profession that maybe is partially about aesthetics and beauty, but may also be connected to health and well-being, or anything that is about nurturing and care. So you could be somebody who works as, say, a nutritionist, or you could be a body worker in some fashion. You could do massage, or you could do Reiki therapy or something like that. I mean, all of those things are possible, but whatever it is, you're talking about something that's slow and steady and persevere, even if you're not seeing results right now. Okay, 11th house is Aquarius. This is about friendships, about your social networks, business networks, your destiny, your goals and wishes, what you're trying to manifest. There's some financial implications to this house as well, but those are the main things. We have Ta with the Three of Rods. Okay, so Ta is your own energy, Capricorn. This is Saturn based, and this has to do again with working at something, chipping away. This can indicate a masculine presence, so it could be that that there could be a male figure who helps you with something, or this could just be about mastery of a craft or subject. But Ta indicates the gradual building of something. You may also be setting boundaries with Ta. There may be certain people that as you are building things that you may want to keep some space to yourself. Sometimes that comes up. Now with the Three of Rods, though, I'm seeing this idea of collaboration. When the threes come up, it's the idea of, okay, I'm not going it alone now. I'm putting the energy out there and waiting for my dreams, goals, whatever to manifest. So your ship is getting ready to come in, but in the meantime, Ta is basically saying, keep working, keep chipping away. I mean, it definitely fits in with this Knight of Pentacles energy that we have in the Capricorn house. Okay, 12th house. This is Pisces energy. Pisces is about what's hidden, what's in our imagination, maybe what's not clear, maybe what we're afraid of or have doubts about. And you have fire with the Five of Rods. So this suggests to me that there's some inner conflict going on for you. Five of Rods is a struggle. It can be a feeling of competition with other people. It can be people worried about either what other people think or other people coming in and just muddying the waters on something where you don't really need their input. Because remember, you have Osiris in the first house. This means you can trust your own judgment. So there may be some people who are muddying the waters here, and this may be a time to clean out the old. Again, fire is about being inspired by your own psyche to resolve a problem. Like whatever the solution is that you're going to come up with it. But you might be struggling with this right now. I have a feeling some of this is connected to trying to make money and things not happening as fast as you would like them to. Maybe there's a move that you want to make. But whatever it is, and there does seem to be some secrecy or questions around a relationship thing. But whatever it is, it's just saying, whatever the obstacles, the definite, consistent message here is just keep on keeping on. If it feels hellish, it's the old expression of when you're going through hell, keep going. I don't necessarily see that things are really, really bad right now. I mean, again, there are some struggles. We do have two fives here. We have the Five of Rods and the Five of Pentacles. And fives do represent that period of time where we are struggling with something. Now, overall, we do have Thoth with the Seven of Pentacles. So the message of Thoth is everything will happen in its right time. Okay, so whatever's happening right now is timely. If you, what's coming into my head is a phrase from the Book of Runes, which is, if the well is clogged, this is the time for clearing out the old. Okay, so yeah, and with Seven of Pentacles, you may be in a position of reevaluation, trying to decide what stays, what goes, what's working and what isn't working. So right now, I think, yeah, you're just at a point. You want to finish up old business over here. You have some reevaluating there going on. Some of you have a potential move, or maybe even a move connected to work for some people, and you may have questions about a relationship situation. But right now, you're reevaluating everything, and you want to make sure you have all the information. Do remember that during Mercury retrograde, we don't always have the correct information coming into us. So yeah, so take that as it resonates, but I do feel, Capricorn, like you are reevaluating right now, and the main struggle might be with yourself, but and as far as the issue with the relationship, I feel like this is something where you want to wait and see, wait until whatever information needs to be revealed is going to be revealed, okay? So let's draw a Gateway Oracle card, Capricorn. Yep, here we go. Okay, the card is called Emerging into Grace. And the message is, I open my soul to grace. Yeah, that has to do with timing here. So when you open up yourself to grace, you allow the universe to come in and bless you with what it's going to give you, rather than you necessarily trying to force something or trying to make something happen. Okay, so Overall, I think there could be a few rough patches here, maybe some things with your career or with a relationship that are not not clear or not quite going the way that you want them to right now. Certainly, you are a, let me see, Capricorn is a, let's see, so the first one, yeah, it would be, actually you're a cardinal sign. Okay, you're not a fixed sign, you're a cardinal sign. So yeah, I was just thinking, because Capricorn, though, I always think of fixity because you are an earth sign. You are very stable and persistent. You have strong Saturn energy. So I feel like you are in a position of wanting things to be, not necessarily dealing that well with changes and surprises. But nonetheless, whatever's going on right now, keep on keeping on and wait until the rest of the information comes in. That's it for now. Thank you so much, Capricorn. I hope this reading was helpful. If it was, do give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and subscribe to this channel if you have not already. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.